Hello, welcome to Life Won't Wait. I haven't posted a video in quite a long time, and I wanted to start this one by kind of giving you a bit of a recap on everything that's been happening. So, after our last trip we did, not this past winter, the winter before, we came back, and there were three main reasons that we decided not to travel this past winter. First was with my work. I had to upgrade my certifications to be able to work on larger boats, and so I did quite a bit of studying over this past winter. Uh, the main reason was, in a way, my daughter Clara wanted to do high school in normal school, so we've kind of decided to put the kids back in normal school instead of homeschooling. So that limits obviously our traveling opportunities. And thirdly, regardless of opinion or whatever, we didn't really want to risk manage going to the States with the kids this past winter. It seemed a little unsure how that would have gone as non-Americans in America for that winter. Um, I've talked to people. A lot of people had mostly good experiences, so I'm not judging. I'm just saying it was a personal choice we made, and with everything else, it just kind of sent us in that direction. So, for those that did see the channel, the past two winters, we traveled with a big RV diesel pusher and towed the Jeep. And since we weren't going to be living in it full time and doing long trips, this spring we sold it. And with diesel prices right now, I'm kind of glad we did. So I wanted to start by kind of giving you I guess, a bit of a tour of what we've replaced our RV with. And we kind of traded down and multiplied, I guess. So we got rid of the RV and we got two trailers. So the first trailer that we're going to visit is for the seasonal campsite where we are right now. You can kind of see a bit of it behind. And then we bought a smaller trailer for when we want to do some adventures and travel that we can tow behind the Jeep. So here we go. Let's go for a bit of a tour. So here she is in all her glory. So we bought, it's a 33-foot, well, 32-foot bunkhouse model. Um, that's for the campsite. Now, obviously, this is way too big for us to tow with the Jeep. So this one's just going to be living here, and it's really quite comfortable. So it's kind of a bit of our cottage and little outdoor kitchen. And then inside, pardon the mess, but it's important that we show you how we live. Kids' bedroom, as you can see. Um, Charlie's gonna kill me for showing it to you guys in this state, but this is camping life. You guys, if you're doing any kind of camping, you know. So living room, kitchen, TV, and then bedroom for us up front, and a bathroom with shower and toilet. All right, so there you go. That's the big trailer, which is great for the campsite. There's a wave pool here. There's pickleball. There's music on the weekends. You name it. There's all sorts of cool stuff here. So it's kind of the cottage when the kids aren't in school. They get to play with friends here, and we don't want to give that up. So this is the big trailer. Now, the fun one. So for me, this little trailer is kind of exciting. So I wanted to do a bit of an overland trailer, but I needed something that was comfortable for Charlie and the kids and that the Jeep could tow. And we went back and forth, and I didn't want to spend, $80,000. I don't have it on some kind of big overland trailer um, that, are mostly made for couples. A lot of them are made for couples. You can fit kind of kids here and there. So let's go check out what we got for our travels. It's a 2006 hybrid trailer by Starcraft called the Travel Star. It's got a double bed in the back, a queen bed in the front, and so it fits all the kids. And on top of that, we have a bit of a kitchen, a sofa, a dinette, a bathroom with a shower, a toilet, and a sink. So it has pretty much all the amenities. It comes in at 3,500 pounds dry weight. Therefore, the Jeep can tow it. And now I've got a few plans on modifications. Right now, I've done some repairs. The only thing that I want to do modification to start is we're adding a solar power system. So I'm going to take you inside for a bit of a tour, and then during that tour, I'll show you where I'm at with this project. Again, this trailer is a bit messy right now. It's a work in progress, but I want to show you guys kind of the whole reality and not the Instagram version of this kind of lifestyle. So let's head inside and I'll show you what I've got going on so far. So as we walk in, the double bed inside. So that'll be good enough for the kids, or maybe Charlie and I, but I'm thinking the kids. And then in here, right next to it, is the bathroom. There's a gazillion videos on these trailers on YouTube. Trust me, I've watched a lot of them. And this one kind of kept coming back to our favorites, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. So little kitchen, double sink. We've got a stove, microwave, decent amount of storage for a little trailer. Full-size camping style fridge and freezer, same as in the big trailer. Look at all this storage, right? We've got a sofa, a dinette, and this is what we really like. So when you're sitting at the dinette, it's got this huge window. When you open it up, it makes it really bright. You get to see the places you're traveling and visiting, and then a queen bed in the front. Now the reason it's a mess full of wires is I was thinking of where did I want to set up this electrical system, and what I've come up with is underneath this banquet bench. So far I've hooked up the MPPT, 2 solar panel breakers. So I'm going to go and start with 2 solar panels to start. And then I've got the 4,000 watt inverter. I've got a 55 amp battery charger. A couple bus bars have arrived. I'm waiting on parts. And then I've got 2 lithium 100 amp hour batteries. And I'm debating right now if I'm going to 4 or if I'm staying with 2. If you do watch this video and you've got a comment or an opinion on that, please leave a comment. Let me know. If you see something that is way off track, let me know. There's a power outlet 110 over there. I'm going to splice into that and add an outlet on the inside for the battery charger with a on-off switch, because when I'm on shore power, I want the battery charger to charge the batteries if I need to. But if not, then I can put that to off, and then the solar can just charge the batteries on their own. So that's the little trailer. I'm debating on changing the suspension underneath, but I got to tell you right now, it tows really well. Now, the idea behind some of this is that we wanted to do, for example, the Baja Peninsula, but with the big diesel pushing RV, everyone kind of told us it was too big. So that's one kind of bucket list trip that we've got our eye on in the near future, once this is all sorted out. The other thing is, when we were traveling with the big RV, at first we liked the campgrounds, but then once we kind of, through my brother and his wife, we discovered the desert. We just kept wanting to go into the desert and go further into the desert to camp. And obviously with a big diesel pusher, we're very limited on how far off the beaten path we can go. At the price those big RVs cost, we did not want to break the RV, so we would limit ourselves. Now with this little trailer, with a few modifications, maybe some suspension modifications, we're going to be able to take this a lot further off the beaten path and do some really overland type camping. So that's the idea, while maintaining some creature comforts for the family. So this is a process, but I think, for us right now, this is an easy conversion. It's not something I've seen a lot of people do. Maybe there's a reason, and we'll find out. But for now, we're pretty excited about this. So we've got some plans for decorating inside. As you can see, Charlie started putting some like, where is it? Some funky cushions, and we've got a couple more ideas to kind of make it more homey for ourselves. Um, and we're going to try and document a lot of it. I'll give you some updates. I'm not an expert on installation of electrical solar systems, so I don't think I should be a reference on that, but I will keep you updated on my progress and the obstacles that I face. I'm learning at YouTube school like a lot of people have, and I'm doing the best I can, but I'm sure I'm going to make mistakes along the way. And that's just kind of part of the fun for me. So at the end, if I've learned something that I didn't know beforehand, well, then that's great. That means it's a feather in my cap, another tool in my toolbox for next time. So for now, I'm going to leave it there. Just a short video. I wanted to touch base. If you've got comments or questions or suggestions, by all means, please, as usual, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and emphasize my video. I know I haven't posted in a long time, but I'm going to try and start posting more regularly. I've got a couple little trips, maybe even by myself to kind of test this rig out. I want to take it on a dirt road. Like I said, it tows great right now, but all I've towed it on is asphalt. And I want to see how it does on, I'm not going to take this on a big 4x4 off-road trail. This is just to bring a base camp down a dirt road on BLM land somewhere, set it up as a camp, and then go do the off-roading with the Jeep for the day, and then come back and stay in the camper close by. All right, so thanks for watching, and as usual, go out there, do some adventures today because life won't wait.